The speed of our breathing has a direct effect on how the systems of our body function. When we breathe too quickly, it creates a state of stress in the nervous system, even when there's no immediate danger. That doesn't mean that the system is malfunctioning. It means the system is organized around previous responses and previous patterns of reactivity that have developed through our lived experience. As our breathing slows, signals of stress reduce, and the body has an opportunity to shift into restore and repair mode, into the parasympathetic nervous system. A central aim of the practices we're working with here is to influence our baseline breathing. In other words, we're not only interested in how we breathe when we're paying attention, but in how we breathe the rest of the time, when our focus may be elsewhere. Over time, as we improve diaphragmatic breathing, increase our carbon dioxide tolerance, reduce unnecessary breathing effort, breathing becomes more efficient and respiration rate at rest naturally begins to slow. That change comes from practice and from awareness. The more we bring attention to our breathing throughout the day, the more the breath begins to regulate itself outside of formal practice. Breathing speed also affects how efficient each breath is. When breathing is very fast, a large proportion of each breath remains in what's known as anatomical dead space. It means it never reaches the alveoli, where gas exchange takes place. As breathing slows, a greater proportion of air reaches the lower regions of the lungs, which then improves oxygen delivery, not because we're breathing in more oxygen, but because each breath is being used more effectively. Breathing speed also influences heart rate variability and baroreflex sensitivity, which relates to blood pressure, and both of these are key markers of the autonomic balance. So as breathing settles into a smooth and unforced rhythm, the body will follow. And later on, with traditional pranayama, yogic breathing exercises, we can work more deliberately with breathing rhythm to adapt the system further. But that's not what we're working with right now. In these practices, we're intentionally working with breathing pace and effort to create change so that over time, a calmer, slower rhythm becomes the body's default state, both during practice, but also in our daily life.